you guys. You know this is for fun, so take it easy and give them a good show.
All right, welcome to On the Bench Sports Talk Radio. This is a big show for us today, and we are all pretty much on, well, we're on cloud nine because I think all of our picks were right for the wild card weekend. Woo! Yeah, I like it.
Pretty much.
No Reverend Jay today. He is taking a vacation day, not a paid vacation day, so we don't pay here, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's still having a good time out there.
He's still having a good time. So we got Jay is away, and Chef Tony, or whatever he wants to be called, which is still up in the air for what it really is. Like
now.
I don't really know what he wants to be called. But he wants to be called Chef Tony, but
Lasagna Watch.
Yeah,
Lasagna Watch.
Lasagna Watch.
Lasagna Watch 2016. Until he can prove it that he can cook, he's still just Tony P. That's what he is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Until he can cook some lasagna for us or whatever. It doesn't include a microwave. That's the only way.
I feel like when you're trying to have a nickname, right? Like people usually dub you a nickname.
Exactly.
You don't dub your own nickname. Sorry, Tony, I should say this when you're here, man, but
we could say it next time we see him.
That's why he's gonna have to earn it.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if he can cook us some bomb lasagna, he could be Chef Tony.
I think he can. It's not too tough, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
Dude, he's not trying to make chicken cordon bleu or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. Lasagna's not too bad. Just it's layers. It's like a cake.
Yeah.
It's an Italian cake with spaghetti.
If he throws bacon in there, man, he's got my vote.
Yeah.
Bacon lasagna.
Bacon lasagna.
Throw bacon on anything, man.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
You can put bacon on bacon.
It wouldn't be bad, man.
I don't think so. But so those two are away, but we do got the doctor here, Dr. Sean. We got Mr. Seattle Seahawk, who's sending massive amount of checks to Mr. Walsh.
Yep.
We got Aubrey and
They're
Sammy
in the mail,
Blade here.
don't worry.
Usually that means he's not getting one whenever he sends in the mail. But we got a lot of football to talk about, especially the Steeler and Bengal, which that is going to be a bloodbath when they play each other next year. That first game back, that is going to be the refs are going to really have to watch what's going to happen. But we're going to give you a whole recap on that, and we're going to give you the predictions for this week for the football. We got some sports history for you, and of course our athletes of the week and our Monday Meltdowns. We got a bunch of stuff to cover. Oh, and a little game called the National Championship for the NCAA football.
Oh, yeah. Are they doing that today?
Yeah, that's today. That'll be Alabama.
That's right.
And their favorite. They're number 2 over Clemson.
Yeah.
So we'll go over that a little bit. Little Sarkisian note, too. Found some news
about
on
that.
him. I don't think it's going to happen. And so how about the MLB Hall of Fame? That happened as well. Unbelievable. And big news on that. But we also got some good music coming your way. We're going to play some David Bowie for you for our breaks. And we're going to play some David Bowie to see us go away instead of Frank Sinatra, as Mr. Bowie passed away about 11:30 last night or something. So little tribute to him. But before we get to there, let's do some sports history. What do you say, Sean?
Run it.
All right. What do you say, Aubrey? You all right with
get
sports history today?
Yeah. Let's get started.
So today is, I almost said November. Today is January 11th. And how about 1949 today? Burt Bell became the second NFL commissioner, and he moved the Chicago headquarters to Philly. Why he did that, I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, a
little warmer, I guess.
Just from that note, I could say he's doing better than Roger Goodell. So.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Good for him.
Absolutely. 1953, J. Edgar Hoover. You guys ever see the movie J. Edgar with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I didn't.
Fantastic film. He's, you know what? As weird as he is, he's a really good actor.
Oh, Leo?
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, props to him, too. He just got, a Golden Globe?
Yeah, Golden Globe.
I still need to see that movie, The Revenant, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Heard good things about it.
So I'm going to go see that maybe this week. Looks pretty good.
But does he play Hoover?
He plays
J.
Hoover,
Edgar,
yeah. He plays J. Edgar, and J. Edgar today in 1953 declined a 6-figure offer. It's pretty hard to decline. To become the president of the International Boxing League. I guess he wanted to do more with the government, right?
Yeah. He started the FBI, right?
Yeah, he did. J. Edgar.
And Hooverville.
Hoover. Yeah.
Where was that named after him? All the trailer parks and little dumpy areas. They were calling them Hoovervilles? Or?
Hoovervilles. I hope it wasn't, because J. Edgar was a good man.
I think I'm thinking of another president.
Maybe Herbert Hoover?
Herbert Hoover.
Yeah.
The Herb?
Yeah.
The Herbs?
Oh, yeah. Man.
Same thing.
Excuse me on that one.
That's all right. We're not history majors.
Both in government, so.
Yeah. Close enough, right? But today in 1960, how about Lamar Clark set a pro boxing record as 44 consecutive knockouts?
Never heard of him.
Nenever heard of him, but it's pretty
Not bad,
impressive. 44 consecutive? That's 44 in a row, people.
I'd like to see Mayweather do that.
Yeah, right. He's done consecutive games of dancing around in the ring. 1970, how about Super Bowl IV happened today? The Chiefs beat up on the Vikings 23-7.
The Vikings were in a lot of Super Bowls back then.
They were in 4.
Yeah, out of the first 10 or something.
Yeah, they were in a good bit, yeah, when they had Fran Tarkenton, and speaking of them, they had their old coach do the coin flip.
Oh, in the last game?
Yeah, but guess what? It was about 10 below or something with the wind chill.
He had a short sleeve shirt on.
He had a short sleeve shirt on. The dude's 80-some years old, and he's tougher than anybody else out there, I'd still say.
Yeah, they should have sent him out to kick the field goal.
Yeah, they should have. I think Blair Walsh wouldn't have minded that. Today in 1973, the AL adopts the DH rule.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't too in favor of that, but
I was going to say, you like that or...
Now that as time goes on, I'm like, please take the bat out of the pitcher's hand.
You think National Leagues should adopt DH rule too?
I think it's bound to happen probably within the next couple of years.
Yeah.
It's just, why are you sending somebody up there that's hitting 0.76 and they're going to strike out probably 80% of the time? I mean, it's an out.
Yeah, it changes up the strategy a little bit, right? But
oh,
absolutely. I bet you the fans would enjoy it more if there was another DH and then you'd have higher scoring games.
Especially the Dodger fans, I mean, because then they wouldn't have to trade anybody.
Yeah, or just get Livan Hernandez, man. He was already.
Or how about Mike Hampton was a good hitter. Zach Greinke's a great hitter.
Okay, yeah, but he's not on the Dodgers anymore.
Not anymore, so I don't care what he does.
He's a Diamondback.
Yeah.
He's going to mow you guys down and hit a home run.
I guarantee you he will, just like Madison Bumgarner, who I think Bumgarner was the first person ever, I want to say, or maybe the first person in 1 year to hit a home run off of both Greinke and Kershaw.
Oh, he did, because one was regular season and one was playoffs, right?
Maybe that's what it was, or maybe his overall in his career, he was the first person to do that, or in 1 year. But still, to have a pitcher do that,
yeah, not bad.
Pretty bad for the other opposing pitcher.
Yeah.
And today in 1977, the Cubs of Chicago trade outfielder Rick Monday to the Dodgers. And who'd they get for him? How about Mr. Bill Buckner, who 9 years down the line would end up committing one of the biggest gaffes in baseball history. Yeah, poor guy.
What's the guy? Who's the guy who calls in? John Franz?
Yeah, Mr. Franz.
He remembers that day.
Yeah, I'm sure he does remember that day. But luckily, Buckner, that was an unfortunate play, but City of Boston kind of brought him back after that big blow up under the mitt. The bad mitt play.
Poor guy.
Poor guy, I know. And how about 1983 today? Billy Martin, that's a pretty famous name in baseball. He's named the Yankee manager for the third time. He was notorious for getting fired, rehired, fired, rehired.
Bring him back. Yeah, why not?
Just bring him back, why not? And the Nuggets and Spurs set the highest scoring NBA game today in 1984, 163-155, as Denver won that matchup. A lot of defense,
1984, right? Yeah. I can't even remember who would be on either of those teams during that time.
Were they even any good?
I don't think.
I doubt it.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It was back when the Nuggets had those uniforms with the rainbows on them.
Oh, that's real old school. That's real old school. Well, that would have been a fun game to go to. I tell you that, 163-155.
Yeah. They could probably do that score now, but it would be like 200-100. Spurs beat the Nuggets.
Well, did you see the Lakers score yesterday? They scored 74 points.
Yeah.
That's a half for these guys. Was it the Jazz?
Utah, yeah. And Utah has been on some crazy losing streak on the road.
Yeah, and look what they did.
But the Lakers were shorthanded too, so...
Yeah, plus they suck. And
pretty bad.
We got a little note on the Lakers and what their GM's saying, and we'll tell you that after we do the history. That's a good thing to start the second half with. And how about today in 1987, the Drive versus the Browns in the AFC Championship game with 5:32 left on the clock. Mr. Elway leads the Broncos 98 yards to tie the game 20-20, and they went on to win the game and later advanced to the Super Bowl where they ended up losing.
Yeah, they got blown out that year in the Super Bowl.
Was that the Redskin year? Or is that the Bears?
I think that was the Redskins.
Redskins, yeah. Bears played the Patriots and blew them out.
Yeah, and then the Niners beat the Broncos too pretty bad.
Broncos were handed a lot of Super Bowl blowouts a couple years ago. It was the latest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping the tradition alive.
Yeah, might as well. Bobby Knight today in 1990 becomes the Big Ten's winningest coach with 229 victories, and I'm sure he threw about 200 chairs out onto the stadium floor.
Yeah, man. They just had a ceremony over there kind of honoring his perfect season.
Uh-huh.
And
was that like a chair game? Is that what it was? Like he threw a chair out a game? Is that what the perfect season was?
Yeah, they showed the new folding chair model so he could throw it. No, but the dude didn't even show up to the ceremony honoring his team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Probably too busy wrecking some furniture. And the final piece today, 1998, the Broncos beat the Steelers 24-21 in the AFC Championship game. Nothing I want to talk about. And the Packers beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Both today in 1998, but what did that set? That set a Elway versus Favre Super Bowl.
That's right.
Not too bad, huh?
That was the first game of Elway's back-to-back.
Yeah.
And Favre made it back-to-back.
Yeah, he did. He won one and lost
they beat
one.
The Patriots,
Yeah.
And that year, fun fact, first football game I ever bet on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, I bet on the Broncos. I was at
nice.
a Super Bowl party for a Packers fan that was from Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
And they had the accent and everything, man. And the lady was like 40 years old, and I was like, what is that, 80? I was 10 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I took her money, man.
Nice.
$20.
$20. That's a lot even now.
Dude,
to a 10-year-old, that's like $1 million.
Man, I was sweating.
Was that the helicopter game, or is that the next year? When Elway jumped and leaped in and got the helicopter, when he got hit and spun like a helicopter?
Oh, man. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was one of the... Might have been the following
one
year.
of those.
Yeah. But yeah, what a Super Bowl that was. Elway versus Favre.
Damn.
Two Hall of Famers.
Terrell Davis,
Yeah.
Long Beach State.
Oh,
TD.
yeah.
One of the last classes for football players to ever come out of here.
That's why he went to Georgia, because they cut the football program while he was still going to school.
Ah, so that's why he transferred.
Yeah.
That's
He had the
right.
bill.
Wasn't that in 91?
Yeah, right around that area at the time.
When did they cut the program here?
Mid-90s, or early 90s, I want to say, right?
Yeah, early to mid, right around that time.
And I think the school here has one of the coolest shirts. It says Long Beach State football undefeated since whatever that number is, whenever they cut it. I think it's one of the best shirts you could buy. And the deaths today, unfortunately, Bob Lemon, I think he was a Long Beach. He lived here for a long time, and I believe the field over by the Dirtbags is as a plaque over in commemoration or memorial for him. Thank you, Aubrey. For Bob Lemons, I believe he was from Lakewood or Long Beach and went somewhere around here. But he died today at the age of 79. So that was your little sports history. So there's a lot happened today. A lot of good stuff. Most notably the football stuff and the knockouts. Yeah. But what we got to get to, the big news. The big NFL news. NFL playoffs.
One, man? Oh, yeah.
So much to do. One thing that's been on my mind, how about he's kind of a local boy as well. I didn't realize he was this young.
Yeah,
that's one of the coolest.
25.
25, yeah. One of the coolest names in all of football. But I think Ndamukong Suh can take a back seat to
Alex Smith?
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Alex Smith. Congratulations. How about Vontaze Burfict? Woo! What a name and what a clown that this dude is.
Jesus Christ.
I think that Sue could take a backseat to this dude. I mean, I think he is now the dirtiest player in the NFL with the stuff that he is doing.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Didn't he took Le'Veon Bell out of...
He hurt Bell, Brown, and Ben this year.
He single-handedly
dismantled the Steelers.
All your best players.
I know, isn't that crazy? And my boss today, he said that, well, there were two clowns in this game, Vontaze Burfict and Pac-Man Jones.
Oh.
Back-to-back 15-yard penalties, which set up the Steelers to win 18-17.
Yeah, that was one of the worst endings I've ever seen.
Worst, but best for me.
Great
but
for you,
worst.
yeah.
I mean, I was sweating bullets when it was coming back.
I bet, man.
And after Ben went out, the first thing that came to my mind was, this game's over. It's done.
And then Landry Jones comes in and throws the interception to who?
Of course, Burfict. When I saw when I saw somebody coming up, I'm like, that's Vontaze Burfict.
Oh, by the way, who took Big Ben out?
Vontaze Burfict. Yeah.
Was that a dirty hit?
I don't think it was a dirty hit, but I mean, he hit him as hard as I think he put a little extra on it to hit him.
Yeah, because if you watch the play, he was fighting off a block, and then he just landed like. He fought the block off, and he was right in Big Ben's face, right? So
yeah.
He wrapped him up. All his weight carries him forward. He lands on top of him. But it seems like he did a good job of just putting all of his body weight straight down on Big Ben's shoulder.
Of course.
Which they're pretty much taught to do that. You know, if you're going to tackle a quarterback and make him feel it.
Exactly. Right? But, he put a little extra mustard on that because he came out, game was Saturday, I think about on Wednesday or Thursday. Vontaze said that he hates Pittsburgh, he hates the Steelers, so he's already starting to build this. He got fined.
He's starting building, talking smack. So I mean,
he got fined $70,000 the game before, about $70,000 or so with dirty hits. Yep. And Pac-Man was on Dan Patrick this morning. My boss told me this.
I saw this too.
And he said he was saying how bad Brown was acting during the game.
He faked the injury.
Yeah, he said, let me see. He said that Brown faked it and that Burfict only grazed him. If that's a graze...
He turned him into a bobblehead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. If you watch that, and that's in slow motion, you'd see him like bobblehead like that.
Oh, yeah.
Going full speed,
That was bad.
That's like 15-mile-per-hour car collision.
It was bad. Granted, he didn't do helmet to helmet. He hit him with the shoulder in his helmet, but still, he hit him in the head. Yeah. And he was defenseless. He didn't even have the ball. But
yeah, that was rough.
It all started out at the beginning of the game, though. Did you see the beginning? Where they had the refs lined up in the middle of the field in between the two teams? And the announcers even said, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, they knew... the refs kind of blew it in this game, man.
They did.
But you had to have known that something was going to go down because of the refs lining up on the field. I didn't watch the game.
They could have prevented it.
They needed to take more action.
They should have thrown Burfict out.
They should have thrown it. Okay, but before that, Pittsburgh's not innocent either.
No,
man.
I know that.
Shazier,
he hit him.
He took Giovanni Bernard out of the game.
Yeah,
with
he
that
did,
hit, man. And that was I think that was worse than the Odell Beckham hit on Josh Norman, man.
That was pretty bad.
That was bad,
but
though.
he hit him like right around the same area.
He did, but he didn't get a flag. And they said because he made a football move, but I thought it was helmet to helmet was helmet to helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, when I played football in high school, those kind of hits like that was okay. Mm-hmm. But now the way the rules are, that's not okay.
Yeah, you can't do it now.
So Pittsburgh's not innocent in their own right.
I know that, yeah. Well, I thought Shazier should have got a flag on that. And what shirt am I wearing today?
Yeah, you got my first football team, man. Yeah. Flag football.
Did Burfict get a flag or no?
He got, I think, multiple flags. He got one after he ran into the tunnel after the pick for 15 yards. He got another one for...
Hitting Antonio Brown.
I think he might have got one more.
I don't know.
I know he got at least two.
Those two.
He got at least two, and then after the hit on Antonio Brown, Pac-Man comes out and ends up, I don't know what he did, something stupid with Joey Porter.
Yeah, he touched the referee. Joey Porter probably shouldn't have been out on the field.
Probably not, but he was egging these guys on.
Like, a coach is allowed to come on the field if there's an injury, if there's legitimate concern for the player.
Yeah, which is Antonio Brown.
I think it's supposed to be the head coach.
Yeah, not your defensive back coach or whatever.
Whatever
like
assistant linebackers coach coming in there.
Which I think, and then Munchak got a penalty too, which was a bunch of crap because you could see he was trying to hold up. Was it Kirkpatrick?
I think so.
For Cincinnati?
Munchak is a Steelers offensive line coach, and Kirkpatrick, I think, hit somebody, pushed him out of bounds, and he was kind of rumbling and stumbling down. So Munchak was holding on to him so he didn't fall, and he was holding him, and then Kirkpatrick comes and pushes Munchak, and then so Munchak came and pulled his hair, and then he got the flag.
Oh, man.
But it's like he was holding him up to begin with. He was
letting him, like, not fall down.
Yeah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I want to say it was Kirkpatrick, ends up shoving Munchak, who's a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame lineman, and, well, he didn't take kindly to that, so he pushed him and pulled his hair back, and he ended up getting a flag for it, which is pretty rare. You see a coach getting a flag for doing something like that, but the game was chippy. All 3 games this year were like this. But Burfict hurt Bell in the first game that they played.
Yeah, man. I mean, that rivalry
and then he
not
came back?
going away either.
Came back from injury?
No,
he took him out for the season.
Yeah, ACL tear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but D'Angelo Williams, no slouch, had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to play this week. He was out with a injured ankle, but those 2 guys that they had in there, never even heard of them. One has a pretty cool name, Fitzgerald Toussaint.
Yeah. That's fun to say.
I know, it is fun to say. Toussaint. But I didn't realize these guys were this fast. Those 2 backup backs, I mean, they were tearing it up. I mean, they were just running down the field.
He had a nice grab, too, there on that last drive, right before the penalty.
Yeah.
Where Ben kind of floated that one to him. It was like a little over the shoulder. He had to adjust while the ball was in flight to come over the other shoulder. I was impressed.
I was, too. I was real impressed with these 2 guys. So I think going into Denver might be all right. I mean, they got old Noodle Arm playing for Denver. So,
yeah. Man.
We got Noodle Arm versus Ben. It's a matchup, a rematch.
Isn't it so funny how a week ago we're talking about all the backup quarterbacks being in the playoffs? It seems like such a joke, and here we are in the divisional round, and
who steps in?
Peyton, Tom Brady, Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson,
Alex Smith. He's no slouch either.
Carson Palmer.
Yeah,
it's like all
and Cam Newton.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, the gang's all here. Like you saw, Kirk Cousins got bounced. Brian Hoyer, who threw 4 picks and was just god awful.
That was terrible.
I like your post on that. Hoyer, the destroyer, wasn't the destroyer. He got destroyed.
Yeah, he got destroyed.
Yeah, he did.
he got booed and destroyed. And well, speaking of getting booed and everything, when Ben got taken out of the game Saturday, the fans of Cincinnati, they're throwing garbage at him.
They're showing their appreciation.
Yeah, here, maybe he was thirsty. They threw Ben a Bud Light. They're like, here, Ben, have a Bud Light.
Have a Bud Light.
Not cool.
Yeah, man, there's so many things in that game that went wrong. I was talking about it with one of my coworkers earlier today, and he's a referee for high school basketball, and he was saying, hands down, the refs are the ones to blame for all that.
Absolutely.
Because the players are going to be stupid. They're always going to be stupid, and that's already known. But the refs are the ones who can come in, and they can actually take action to stop that from happening.
Absolutely.
If they eject Shazier after that hit, that doesn't happen. Or if they're not just puffing their chests out in the beginning of the game, right, with their little lineup, if they're actually making more calls, then they could have prevented some of that. And we might be sitting here saying Cincinnati's
absolutely.
Yeah.
But the better team.
They didn't.
Well, the luckier team won.
The luckier team.
The team with less knuckleheads won, because an old saying that Coach Knoll said many years ago for the Steelers: you can't win with dummies. And it just went to show that the Bungles are still the Bungles, and that was one of the biggest implosions I think I've ever. Well, it was an implosion by Pittsburgh too.
Yeah,
they're up 15-0.
Yeah,
and Cincinnati came back in. And I don't think you blame Marvin Lewis for this. I think he stays.
They're keeping him. They already announced that they're keeping him.
Yeah, they're going to,
because it wasn't his fault that his
that
team
was a good move.
Full of idiots.
They're going to be scary good for the next. You know, if they keep that core together, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Right? Dalton's young. Green's young.
Yeah.
Bernard and Hill, their little 1-2 punch. Hill didn't look too good this season, but he's got a lot left in the tank.
I think so.
Next year they're going to be really good.
Even Burfict, man, if he handles his suspension, whatever.
Because he's getting suspended.
Oh, yeah.
We got more on that coming up after the break. Until then, here's some David Bowie for you to take us in and out of the break today. You're listening On the Bench.
R.I.P.
A little different music for you today as we remember David Bowie, who passed away last night. Unfortunately, passed away last night after his battle with cancer. But we are On the Bench, and you can find us at facebook.com/onthebenchradio. We post a lot of cool stuff on there. We got Dr. Sean here. We got Aubrey. We got Sammy the Blade. Jay is on vacation, and Tony is practicing his lasagna skills. So I'm guessing that's what he's doing. I hope that's what he's doing, because whenever he makes it, I don't want to get poisoned. So we left off on some Pittsburgh news, and Vontaze Burfict is just basically a knucklehead.
Yeah.
You could say that.
In so many words.
In so many words, and clean words. But a report came out today that David DeCastro, good lineman for Pittsburgh, said Burfict was spitting on him spat on him during the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like
another feather in his cap. All right, another notch in the belt for good old Vontaze.
Yeah, just like it's ongoing with this guy. It's just like I don't know what his problem is, but
hopefully he gets it together, man. Hopefully. The guy's got all kinds of talent.
Yeah, he does.
See him act like this,
but he's definitely getting suspended. That's for sure for next season. I don't know how many games, but I'm sure Goodell will figure that out.
Yeah,
maybe. Actually, why don't we bring this in? How about we bring the Roger Goodell generator back in? We haven't done this. Were you here whenever we did this?
No, I've
forgotten about this.
This is from Deadspin, and this is the Roger Goodell punishment generator.
Oh,
so,
nice.
This is what's good. So let's bring Roger Goodell into the room. All right, Roger Goodell.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Commissioner.
Mr. Commissioner is Roger Goodell is here. All right. So, Mr. Commissioner, what happened with Vontaze Burfict?
Well, Vontaze, he's a good guy, and he's just trying to represent the Cincinnati Bengals the best way that he can. Maybe he had a rough upbringing, but, spitting in someone's face is something that we frown upon here in the NFL. And
what about the bad hits?
Oh, yeah, those two. We try not to talk about that.
All right. So, were there photos of this incident or these incidents? I'm going to say yeah, right?
I don't know. The Shield doesn't have information on that.
What was there video? There was video, right?
Yeah.
People saw it live.
There was video.
Does anyone else know about this? These incidents about the spitting and the illegal hits?
Yeah, it's out there. It's public knowledge.
Is the media really mad or just a little mad?
I'd say the media is outraged.
All right. And how super sorry do you think that Vontaze is? Is he very super sorry or kind of super sorry?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put him at about a 2.
So he's kind of super sorry, I guess.
The guy seems like he's not remorseful.
So I guess he didn't cry at his press conference?
No.
Is he a really good player or a scrub?
The guy's talented.
All right, we'll say really
talented,
good.
Yeah.
There weren't animals involved, right?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Other than them.
Maybe horse tranquilizers.
Are the victims open to taking a settlement? I guess that would be Brown and Ben and DeCastro.
DeCastro. Possibly.
We'll say yes.
All right.
Have any non-football fans heard about this?
Yes.
Did he take drugs? Did Burfict take drugs?
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's a big guy. Lots of drugs? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, and were they happy drugs or muscle drugs?
Muscle drugs.
Was it weed?
Unless he was smoking that when he was working out.
So no.
No.
Do you think Burfict can fix this before he has to take a certain test in a cup in a month or so?
Yes.
All right. Do his parents own an NFL franchise? No, I didn't think so. Did he make you, Roger Goodell, look bad?
He not only made me look bad, he made the Cincinnati Bengals, Marvin Lewis, and the Shield look bad.
Well, according to your punishment that you just filled out, you took this into deep consideration, I understand.
I did.
And
I even called Paul Tagliabue.
And what's the suspension that you're giving him?
So what we're going to do is suspend Burfict for 2 games because he spit on someone and had multiple illegal hits.
Oh, 2 games, huh?
2 games.
Yeah, that's it?
2 games.
That's worthwhile.
That's worthwhile.
But Brady gets 4 for deflating some allegedly deflating balls. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense, Roger Goodell.
Josh Gordon, if he's smoking that funny stuff, then
we'll
keep him out for a year.
But we
don't tolerate that.
All right, so, all right.
Trying to break someone's neck is part of the game, and that's what we have to sell to the people.
Thank you, Roger Goodell.
Hey,
thank you for coming in.
Happy New Year, Roger.
You're doing a terrible job, Roger, but
Happy New Year.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You set the bar low, but you pass it every time.
Dude. Was that Roger Goodell who just left?
Yeah, Roger Goodell just left.
Yeah.
Oh man, I stepped out to go to the bathroom. What happened?
You missed him, Doctor.
Yeah, you missed him. He was here.
We went over what he think we should do with Vontaze Burfict. What the suspension? He gave him 2 games for the spitting. For spitting and for those illegal hits, and basically every knucklehead movie did that game. So he got only 2 games.
2 games.
You mean he suspends guys for like full seasons for like smoking a little pot?
Yeah, but he tried to break somebody's neck and multiple times, and he just got 2 games.
Yeah. I thought he would only give him like half.
Yeah,
half a game.
I guess Roger Goodell is trying to boost his stock with people. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, before he gets impeached.
Yeah. All right, well, staying in football, how about your boy, Khalil Mack, an all-pro at 2 positions this year?
The guy's a stud, man.
I think the Raiders have a bright future.
Yeah. If we can build some more around that defense.
I think you guys are going to get Eric Weddle.
Dude, I hope so, man.
I think so. Replacing Charles Woodson on that backside, I think it'd be pretty good.
That'd be nice, and he probably wouldn't even have to relocate his family. He can, there's a lot of good incentives for him to come to Oakland.
Plus, playing the Chargers twice a year and
maybe a little revenge.
Definitely some revenge.
Yeah,
I guarantee you he would even sign less in Oakland just to have to play the Chargers twice and just show their owner and that team just like
get his money back for making him have to pay a fine for missing his daughter's dance.
Yeah, ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
so
that's kind of a joke.
I think so. How about the Dolphins hired Adam Gase as their new head coach?
Yeah, good for them, right?
I think it's good for Tannehill.
Yeah, look what Gase did with Cutler.
Yeah.
Man, Cutler just had probably, I think, one of the best seasons of his career. His touchdown to interception ratio was
way down.
Off the charts compared to normally averages like
1 to
2
1
interceptions a game.
But Gase says he's going to have the final say over the Dolphins' 53-man roster, which is understandable. He is the head coach. He's going to know who to use or hopefully know who to use.
Yeah, they have enough talent down there, too, to win some ball games.
Absolutely, and I think he's going to turn around Tannehill. Tannehill's going to have a big year next year, I'm going to say.
Yeah, he's going to have a huge year next year.
And the Hall of Fame finalists for 2016 have been announced. How about, Brett Favre?
Of course.
Unanimous, I would say, in my book. Morton Anderson, a kicker. Probably won't get in.
Man, Blair Walsh.
How about Steve Atwater, safety for the Broncos and the Jets?
Yeah, that guy was good, man. I don't know if he'll get in first ballot.
Yeah, what about TD, Terrell Davis? Did some good years.
He's got to get in first ballot just for dominating the way he did in those Super Bowls.
Absolutely.
Kind of had a short career, though, yeah?
He did have a short career. How about Tony Dungy as a coach? Tampa Bay and the Colts. Yeah. Basically has 2 championship rings. I mean, he built that Bucs team up with Tampa Bay, and then Gruden came in and finished it off.
I remember that.
Alan Faneca, great guard for Pittsburgh. He should be getting in, I would say. He was one of the marquee guards in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah, he paved the way for the bus.
Yeah, he did.
For a while.
And a lot of the pulling that the guards do, the tackles where they pull.
Yep.
Faneca did that a lot. That was big in their book. How about Kevin Green, another Pittsburgh linebacker? Rams, Panthers, Niners. I don't know if he's going to get in the Hall of Fame now, but maybe down the road.
Yeah, he's been on the ballot for a while now, hasn't he?
Yeah. How about Edgerrin James? He's on the ballot, too.
He's good, man. I don't know if he should get in first ballot, first try, but he was a stud, man. For those years when Peyton was on his ascension, like, you could count on Edgerrin James to
get 100 yards.
Yeah, pretty much. Or catch anything that Peyton threw to him. He was always open out of the backfield. A great safety valve for him.
How about John Lynch? He played a long time.
Yeah, that guy was a stud, man.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was kind of the mold for strong safeties.
I would say so. I would say he should be getting in. Same with Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
Is he going to have a popcorn bust where he's going to be dumping popcorn in his face?
Yeah. Man, the guy's so good. I think he's, by the numbers and what he's done on the field, he should be
insane.
First ballot Hall of Famer every time. But there's probably a handful of writers and the guys who vote on these that are going to kind of reserve their votes.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of what he's done off the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about Orlando Pace? Offensive tackle for the Rams should be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always...
ballot, man. That guy was a beast.
And
I think he was the first lineman ever to be drafted first overall.
Wow.
The first offensive lineman.
I remember I always used to trade for him in my video games because he was so good. Yeah. And Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah. He's kind of up and down, man. Like,
yeah.
And his peaks were great. You know?
Yeah.
Super Bowls.
But his valleys were really low.
Yeah.
But Favre, Faneca, and Owens are eligible for the first time. Other ones that are getting in, how about Kenny Stabler?
Yeah.
He's another one. He's getting in, I guess, with the Veterans Committee.
Oh, he's in for sure?
Let's see what this says. People were selected as finalists by the Hall of Seniors Committee, so I don't know if it's a for sure, but they'll probably let him in.
Yeah, I hope so, man. He's a Raider.
Yeah.
But he didn't have too many great years. He had a couple of them.
Yeah.
So
he meant a lot to that team.
Dude, yeah.
And Tom Hanks wrote an awesome letter to his daughter after he passed away. I don't know if you saw that.
No, to Stabler's daughter?
Yeah, I put it up on the website on facebook.com/onthebenchradio. It's really good. Tom Hanks, classy guy. Classy guy. And Marvin Harrison was the other one. Could be getting in.
Oh, yeah, Marvin Harrison should be in,
absolutely.
Man.
Where is he? Is he in prison? Or because I know he got in trouble with shooting somebody allegedly or murdering somebody, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
It kind of just got swept under the rug. It was kind of just pushed away. And the Bucs were late to the firing party where they fired Lovie Smith, which I didn't understand because they improved. Their defense wasn't as good, but I mean, they did win, 7 games?
Yeah.
6. No.
6?
6 or 7. They won a lot more than I expected.
7-9 or 6-10.
Either way, I mean, they won probably about double what I thought they were going to win in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. They did a lot, man, with Jameis, right?
Yeah,
they got
famous
the rookie
Jameis.
Quarterback coming in there.
Famous Jameis.
So what they're saying is that they fired Lovey because they want to hire... They don't want to lose Dirk Cutter, right? The offensive coordinator.
Is that what it is?
And they're kind of giving him credit for molding Jameis, and he was part of the reason why Jameis had so much success.
So he might be the next head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. I don't
Kelly.
necessarily love that. The Raiders did it a couple years back when they brought up Tom Cable as interim head coach.
Yeah.
And they went 8-8. And they had Hugh Jackson on the staff.
That's right.
As offensive coordinator. Then they made Hugh Jackson head coach.
And
they go 8-8. And that was the year Jason Campbell got hurt. They picked up Carson Palmer. And then for whatever reason, Hugh Jackson butted heads with Al Davis. And Al Davis kicked him out the next year. But it's kind of, I see a similar situation going on here in Tampa Bay. And, I think they should have kept Lovey around, man. Because Jameis came out and he was ready. Like, he already knows how to read defenses. He just has to get used to the game speed.
Absolutely. He did a lot better than I expected him to. I thought he would have an okay year, but I didn't think it was going to be that good the way it was.
Yeah.
So, let's do the picks real quick. We got Pittsburgh at the Broncos with old Noodle Arm coming back in.
Yeah. These are both teams that I want to see in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Man, I want to see everyone in the Super Bowl this year.
This is a good group of teams. You got the Chiefs, Patriots, Packers, Cardinals on Saturday, Steelers, Broncos, Seahawks, Panthers on Sunday. So let's go through these lightning style. How about the Chiefs and the Patriots? Patriots are favored by 5. What, they lost 2 of the last 3 or 3 of the last 4?
Yeah, they might have Edelman back.
Might,
so
yeah.
That could be a boost to them.
And the Chiefs have won 10 straight games.
11,
yeah.
Counting
with
that blowout to the Texans. Which, by the way, the over-under on that game was 40, and taking the under would have been good because the Chiefs won 30-0.
Yeah. So who you taking? The over-under is 42 on this as of now. The Patriots are favored by 5.
I got the Chefs, man.
You got the Chefs going into Fox?
Wow.
I'm taking them.
Any real reason? Charchandrick West, is that why?
No, I think their defense is just on fire. They've got Houston back.
Mm-hmm.
They got, I think Ali's back. Talking about Ali.
What about Barry? He's still playing, right?
Eric Berry's having a great year.
Yeah.
Man,
even after coming after cancer.
An interception in the last game. Yeah. Dude, coming off leukemia.
Comeback player of the year would be my bet.
Yeah, would be. Yeah.
It'd have to be Eric Berry. If anybody loses to him, these writers are idiots.
Yeah. Man. They're like the guy who's literally in chemotherapy this time last year.
And he's out there getting picks and making fantastic plays.
Making Pro Bowls.
Yeah. I have to go with the Pats. I mean, you got Brady coming in after a bye week.
They're the champs.
Yeah, they're
still
the champs. And you got Belichick and Brady and Gronk, which nobody can contain.
No, they can't, but the Chiefs have been this year and over the last couple of years one of the best teams at defending the tight end.
All right, we'll see if they can contain Gronk.
They've been doing well. Even though I don't like to, I have to go for the Pats.
Well,
I'm with you there, Aubrey.
And we got the Packers at the Cardinals. Packers only gave up 1 sack last week, which is 12 better than they gave up the previous 2 weeks.
Yeah, they looked all right, man.
They looked all right. I don't know if it's just because I don't think Washington is that good and they can't beat anybody over 500.
They're not.
And I think that's what the main reason was. I mean, they blew them out. What was it, 17 points or something?
Yeah, it was like 34-17.
It was pretty bad.
There. Kirk Cousins has yet to win a game against a team that finished with a winning record.
Surprise, surprise. And they're going to give him a bunch of money.
Yeah, probably like $20 million a year.
Yeah, and then it'll be a dud. I have to go. The Cardinals, they're favored by 7. Over-under's 50. Palmer's playing so much better. That defense is so good. I would take the Packers in the spread. 7. I think it's going to be a little closer than 7. Or they'll lose right at 7. But
you're taking straight up, Sammy.
Straight up, I'm going to go with Cardinals.
Yeah, same.
They're at home. They're coming off a bye week.
They're so explosive, man, on offense.
And they're so good.
Their defense is great, yeah.
Cardinals?
Yeah,
all the way
Cardinals.
around?
Yep, Cardinals.
And Sunday, Steelers at the Broncos. Broncos are favored by 6 points. You got to believe that has something to do with the injury to the Brown, to Ben, and to D'Angelo.
Yeah, of course it does, man, because they said Ben's going to play, right? They said Brown's going to play. But how healthy is he?
Yeah.
Are they really just throwing him out there? And when are we going to see Landry Jones? Is it going to be
hopefully
one of
never
those situations? Yeah.
Hopefully never, but I have to go with Pittsburgh. I'm not going to go against my boys.
Yeah. I know they're your team, man, and
they already beat them once.
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
I did too.
But
hey, you can't have the abbreviation of SB without Pittsburgh. For Super Bowl 50, SB 50, it's in Pittsburgh's name. PITTSB. They got the most. If they're clicking, they're going to win.
Yeah, if Big Ben plays the whole game, man, and his shoulder's okay, then I have them. I got Pittsburgh.
I got to believe he's going to be getting a shot. He's going to be getting an injection. He's going to be getting ibuprofen.
Everything they can
throw at him.
And the Seahawks at the Panthers, real quick. Carolina's favored by 2.5. I'm going to come out and say that I looked at Carolina's schedule. It is really, it was really, really easy. I think they beat one team that went to the playoffs this year.
The Seahawks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks upsetting here in Carolina.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Carolina's good, but I think they're a little bit overrated.
Yeah, I mean, they beat the pants off a bunch of teams, but like you said, they didn't have the hardest schedule. Where on the other hand, Seattle did have a pretty tough schedule. Remember, they started off really slow in the beginning of the year.
They were like, what, 2-3 or something? They're terrible.
Like that, right? They lost to the Rams, who have their number. That's that. But they also lost to Green Bay, who people were calling Super Bowl favorites when they were 6-0 before they went to Denver and got beat up.
Yeah.
But the loss to the Seahawks, man, the Seahawks had that game in the bag, and they gave up a fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah, they did.
Which they've been doing a lot.
But their defense tightened down. They
big time.
Yeah.
Since then, their defense has gotten a lot better. Also, their offense is clicking. They're not going to have to play in negative degree weather.
Yeah, that'll be good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it might be a little cold, but not Minnesota cold. Minnesota cold.
How about that play, that botched snap in the Seahawks-Vikings game?
Yeah, where broke his nose?
No, the one where the snap went, it got by Russell Wilson, and he had to go pick it up about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Then he scrambles out away from a couple guys, throws a floater up to lock it. He catches it and then busts down like inside the 10, and that set up their only touchdown.
Unbelievable. I didn't see that play. I thought you meant the one with the punter where it was a low snap and he came down and broke his nose.
No, that was bad too.
That was bad.
Yeah.
They were saying that he was questionable to return. I'm like, it's his nose. Like, you got to return.
Need that to punt,
no,
man.
you don't. Like, get back in the game, dude. Get back in there. All right.
You got Seattle on that, Aubrey?
Of course.
Of course. He's wearing a Seahawks hat.
Me and Jamie are going for Seattle.
We're going to combine the two awards. Bad award, obviously, the Cincinnati and the Bunglas and Burfict for me.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah, I mean, Burfict, Pac-Man, those guys.
Dumb and Dumber.
Joke. Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber is a picture I've posted.
They should be in round 2 right now.
Yeah.
Or at least it should have been a different type of ending to that game.
Exactly. How about some good awards? Oh, how about Johnny Manziel getting cited for driving with expired license plates?
Dude.
Can we throw that in there too?
Johnny Football, man, if you're listening, you gotta get your tags, bro. Like, if you're rolling around doing what you're doing, if you don't have your tags and they pull you over, man, they're gonna start looking through your stuff instantly.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. You can't be lazy. You can hire someone to do that stuff for you, dude. Like,
I just got mine today. Bought mine today. It's $118, I think I paid.
I gotta get mine, but
yeah, I put it off to the last minute. So
yeah, get your tags, dude.
Or just get a driver. He has millions of dollars anyway. Just get a freaking limo, man. How about a good award? The Chiefs securing their first playoff win in 22 years with a shutout.
Not bad.
Sorry, the Chefs. The Chefs.
I got a good award for you, man.
What's that?
Let's go to the NBA, man. How about over there in Sacramento? I don't know if you guys saw him, but good old Boogie.
What'd he do?
DeMarcus, man. The Kings went 1-2 last week, right? They beat the Lakers, which was a great game. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they were up by about 30 on the Lakers. The Lakers came back on them, but then the Kings held them off at the end. They lost to the Warriors, and they lost to someone else. Boogie averaged last week about 32 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple steals,
2
blocks.
ejections.
Yeah, he was fouling out, man. He was mean mugging all over the court. And I think he did get ejected out of the Warriors game. Or he either got ejected or he fouled out at the end of the Warriors game. But the guy is a monster, man.
Yeah, he is. And if he could just grow up like Burfict.
Yeah. Yeah,
if they could just grow up, right?
But
that's all we need.
That's my good award for the week, man. Boogie!
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 Well, we're going to leave you with some David Bowie to take us home. And congratulations to Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza to make it into the Hall.
Yeah.
You writers are idiots. They're not putting in Griffey unanimously. That is just stupid.
Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, let's not go
there.
Let's not go there.
The best baseball player you ever seen in your life is Barry Bonds.
Oh, Pete Rose is good.
Be honest, man.
You know what? He could have been in there if he didn't cheat. He was phenomenal before.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah, before he cheated?
Before he cheated.
Before he blew up?
Before he...
Sorry, Griffey, to take away his thunder, dude. But I'm thinking of left-handed hitters, man. Dang.
Barry Bonds.
killed it.
He did. With that little short bat he used, too. It was like a Little League bat is what it was.
His armor, too. He's like a Ninja Turtle or something.
Yeah.
Like Shredder with all his armor.
Yeah, that's what he looked like, too. Well, we're going to leave you with some Bowie to take us home, and we'll see you guys next week. Facebook.com/OnTheBenchRadio.
Next week, we're off.
Dr. Sean?
Week after next.
Week after next.
Yep. Maybe we'll sneak in here and do a show. Who knows? Just break the glass down. We can do whatever we want, right?
Yeah, you can find some rocks outside.
Yeah, we might be award winners. We can do whatever we want. So,
maybe.
Just don't spit on anybody, all right, people?
Fine.
Don't be a Burfict. And don't be a Burfict. I think it should be the new slogan. It is what it is. All right, people. See you in a couple weeks. Bench abides, and see you guys later.